Good morning. Let me check if the mic working properly. It is working properly, I believe. Good morning. Today I wanted to talk about motivation. I believe motivation it's a nice thing. It's a very nice thing, actually. Motivation is like a little boost, you know, a little boost in your life. And I think every once in a while, a boost is good. It's good for the soul. It's good to kick your butt in gear so that you're convinced to do the right thing. So motivation is good. It just doesn't last very long. Is the only problem with motivation. Motivation can last a decent amount of time, truthfully, but not the same as someone who is disciplined, who is putting in work tirelessly. Because I've been motivated before. I've watched a video on YouTube and then be immediately inspired to go work out. And those motivations are quite powerful to be able to convince you to go work out immediately after the video. That's some good motivation there. The only problem with that is the only problem with it is that, again, it doesn't last long. It's a short time frame. I mean, that's anywhere from a moment anywhere to a month. I've been motivated for a month before, enough to work out really hard, enough to get in shape for a small time in my life. But as soon as the motivation wears off, I no longer want to do the same things anymore. And it's really depressing. And you start to wonder, why did I stop? Why did I stop? And I guess when I say motivation, what I mean is motivation in the sense of, uh, in the sense that it is very, very energetic. It's very moving, but it's not something deep and long lasting. So I won't shun motivation totally, but I will say the right motivation is key in the sense that if I see that I'm overweight and that I'm fat and that I am disgusted and not happy with myself, and I want to change my life, that's the problem. That's the proper motivation. But if you go on YouTube and you watch a video and it says you should go get jacked right now and you should do the hardest thing in the world because you need to, and you see a really jacked dude saying that like David Goggins, there's almost no doubt you won't be motivated to get out there right now and start running. And that's also especially if you already feel a certain way about yourself, then you will definitely take that motivation and you will run with it, literally and figuratively. Good morning. Um, but yeah, for me, my motivation for a long time was just very. I was very concerned with the way people looked at me. I was concerned with what people thought about me. I was also concerned with looking good in front of other people. And I would work out, but only if people were looking or if people were taking note of me, basically. But if they weren't looking at me, then I just would not care, honestly. But when people stopped looking at me, then basically I would stop caring about my workouts. And that's just not a good way to live life. Because I think it's important to just keep working out, even if no one's looking at you, even if even if you're the only one doing it, even if you have to suffer a little bit, because there's a lot of rewards to working out. I mean, if you think about it, if you just keep going, if you keep working out, before you know it, you're going to lose the weight that you want to lose. You're going to look the way you want to look, and you're not going to care about what anybody else thinks anymore. you know, and that's me personally. That's just me personally. I've gotten into a point in my life where I just don't care what people think about me because it was actually a really bad cycle. I would be intentionally trying to work out in front of other people, and it felt good in the moment. I know it's very egotistical, and the truth is, we're all egotistical to a degree. We have a big ego. We just are unwilling to divulge how big our ego is because it's very, um, in a sense, depressing to admit that we have flaws. But I will admit to you that I've got a big ego, and I'm not a perfect man, and I wish that I was. But yeah, I've got a big ego, and that ego drove me to intentionally work in front of other people that actually didn't like me and didn't care about me. Thank you for your like, and thank you for everyone that's watching. But it drove me to work out in front of people that didn't even like me. I almost felt like I didn't realize it, but I was working out for them, but I looked like a guinea pig, like entertainment to them, like, oh, let's see how many he can do today, and I just desired people's approval so much, and it's really depressing to think of where I was in life, where I wanted other men and other women's approval, even though they could care less for me. And that's just a really messed up way of living your life. And to a degree, also, I haven't really gone fully away from it, but for the most part, I've stopped doing that because it's not really beneficial. The key things that are keeping me going every morning is working out for myself, doing not only for myself, I guess, but we do have our own personal goals, but oftentimes we'll work out for other people, the people that really love us and really care about us, like my family. Like I work out for them, but also for myself. I've gone from 220. The last time that was the heaviest I was, to now I'm sitting at 190. I'm pretty sure I've broken 190, or I was 220, but now I've broken the 190 mark. Thank you for your like, brother or sister. Thank you. And I've broken that. And I've actually gone back to a weight that I've been there before. And I sat at 190, and I'm really happy about where I am going in my goals and seeing my goals achieved. Because a lot of times when you're working hard and you're eating right, it's really hard to see the results. It's really hard to be patient. But I promise you, if you're on the right path, if you got the right diet, if you got the right workout plan, I promise you, you're going to see results. But I think the most important thing is to get your motivation right. If your motivation is in the wrong place, if your heart's in the wrong place, if you're working out to look good for other people, it's actually not a bad start. It really isn't. Because I'm sure the reason why I worked out when I was younger was I wanted to look good in front of women, in front of girls. And it was a good starting point. It really was. It may not be the most healthy, but it got me working out. I felt like I was like the only dude that worked out because I went into a small school. It was like I had the biggest biceps basically. And I felt like I looked good. I felt good. I felt like women looked at me. That was back in like high school. But um, now in my life, that motivation, the motivation to be viewed by other people, it's just not good enough because I'm a married man and I have children, and I feel like those are greater motivations. And even if you're not married, even if you don't have kids, even if you don't have anybody that loves you like a partner, like a wife or a husband, even if you don't have anybody that loves you like that, you can still work out for yourself because I think we could all improve ourselves no matter where we are. Even the guys that are bodybuilders, as it is, the guys who are super jacked and super lean and super big, they've got room to improve too. And I would say they wouldn't necessarily have hit the peak of their bodybuilding personally, because there's really no limit. There really is no limit. And that's just me personally, though, because I think anybody can keep on improving, even if you don't leave the bodybuilding or the workout scene. Like a lot of bodybuilders. I guess it's true because look at bodybuilders. They have really big muscles and they're really big in general, but they have like zero cardio. And I guess if that was something that they really wanted, they could pursue that. They really could. But I guess since they're bodybuilders, maybe they don't care for cardio. But there's different ways that they can go. It's not the end all be all to finally be a Mr. Olympia or be at competitions. There's different aspects of getting in shape. Like you can do boxing, you can do uh, any sorts of sports. So it doesn't end there whenever you hit your goals, or at least you think you hit your goals, or you think you've arrived. But anywho, yeah, it's so important to have the right motivation. It really is. And even and to my point, I'm just saying that even people who are really high up in the world in relation to being fit or being anything, there's always room for improvement. Like losing 220 all the way down to 190, I still have room to improve, and I'm not even done. I'm trying to get to 180, and that's my hope. I'm hoping to get to 180, and that'll be where I can build back up, and hopefully I'll build back up in a smart way. I'll build my muscles back up, and I'll be maybe 190, 195. And I'll try to be smarter by bulking up in a smart way. Thank you, HPO, and I remember you, brother. Thank you for coming back on. I appreciate you. But yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna lose the weight. Yeah, I mean the absolutely unnecessary weight. The weight that is just kind of dragging on you, like the fat right here. You know, I guess I don't gain. I'm sorry. I don't gain like like fat on my arms or even on my chest. I don't gain fat here. I gain fat down here. You know, and that's why for like a long time I really thought I looked good because I just didn't gain fat like in the arms or in my chest. So I was like, man, I look good. I look fine. And for a long time I was just lying to myself, you know. But the truth is, I had to stop and look at myself in the mirror, and I was like, yeah, your arms they don't get a lot of fat, and your chest doesn't get a lot of fat, so you don't have man boobs, but you've got a big waist, and it was depressing to admit that to myself that I wasn't in the right shape. I wasn't doing everything that I thought I was supposed to do because I always felt like a father should. I always felt like a father should be in good shape. I mean, even if you're in your 60s or 70s, I always felt like a father should be in good shape. Um, yeah, and I just felt like, regardless, because you want to be able to play with your kids, you want to be able to play with your grandkids. Yeah, sit-ups are not a bad idea. I have to go get a mat to do sit-ups. But my basically my way of countering my big waist is to basically eat right and also work out because I want to be in a caloric deficit. When I'm in a caloric deficit, my body will start burning up uh, that extra fat in my body to make up for the hard work that I do at work or any other extracurricular activities that I do. And that's my hope is to lose my waist, lose my I guess they call them love muffins. They call them love muffins. I don't know what you call them, but that's my goal. That's how I intend to lose them. Um, Sit-ups are really good though. They're really good for building your abs and your obliques. Like they make your abs bigger, which you really need to do that if you want your abs to pop or at least to show up much earlier in your workout, more earlier in your weight loss process. But my abs aren't as big, so you're probably right. I need to do some sit-ups so they can be more obvious. Yeah, they're love handles. That's what they are. They're love handles, love muffins. What am I? You know what? Thank you, brother. You're the guy that I need right now. Thank you. Anywho, so today is just a workout. I am doing my regular workout. But I woke up much earlier today, so my intention is to increase my workout a small bit so that I can, one, have more time talking with you guys, and two, uh, so I can also increase my workout. You know, I guess I already said that. Sorry. Sorry, it's hard to think whenever you're working out because your brain is so focused on doing the right proper movements. But yeah, I'm getting really close to my goal, and I'm pretty excited to get there. I'm honestly distracted. I'm not even counting. Oh man, I'll tell you what, bicep curls are the worst because your biceps, they're not a big muscle group at all. They're probably from here to like to here. It's really not a big muscle group. It's nothing like it's nothing like your legs. Your legs are such a big, diverse muscle group, and you can squat a ton and you can walk a ton. But I mean, bicep curls, you can only do it for so long, and your biceps will be burned, and your arms will be tired, and you can't do anymore. And the chances of you ripping your bicep muscle is so much greater. And it's funny how biceps are such an integral part to like the overall physique, but it's such a small muscle. It does have a lot of value. It's just such a small muscle group, and it's so weak in general. It doesn't have great endurance. It's just good for like a few good things. Like picking up something heavy, but you can't do it for a long time or even very many times. And biceps look. I don't know why humans. I don't even know why I like biceps. They just look good, but they're such a weak muscle group, and they just don't add a lot of value. It's not like building your quads. Your quads are just uh, they have such a dynamic there. I mean, it's absolutely amazing how the hamstring and the quads all work together. And I mean, I don't even know every muscle group, but it blows me away to think about how much better our leg muscles are compared to our bicep muscles or our chest muscles or even our ab muscles. I mean, we could walk for miles and miles and miles. There are people that can run for miles and miles and miles. But could you do a curl for like 2,000 curls, 5,000 curls, 10,000 curls? Like, no, nobody can do that. So it makes me feel sometimes like I work out my biceps in vain. But I still feel like it's an important muscle in the sense that big biceps. Everybody respects big biceps. Let's be realistic. Everybody respects them. Like if you see a dude with big biceps, you immediately assume that guy works out. You immediately assume that guy he does something on the side. You know what I mean? He works out. Excuse me. It's uh it's pretty early here in the morning, and I'm working out. So I appreciate anyone and everyone that's watching. And it's just me working out. It's me talking. Um, I guess I'm ready to get the next set in. Ooh, but it's really early here in the morning. It's really early. And originally I was talking about motivation, and that's the title. Motivation is very, 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 very fickle. I mean, one time, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. One time I heard this really, really, really motivating podcast. Motivated me so much. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, hey, babe, I need to go for a run. I was not motivated to work out after hearing a podcast. And that lasted for, oh, you're in the UK. Okay, did not. Sometimes I'm oblivious. I don't even think people are from other countries. I'm over here in the US thinking like, oh yeah, everybody's still asleep or something. But it's very early where I am. It's like 4 o'clock right now. I woke up at 3:30. But yeah, I was so motivated. I went and ran for like 2 or 3 miles in the middle of the night. That's how motivated I was because of this podcast. I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go and be great. I'm gonna do something awesome. But it didn't last very long. I'm pretty sure that run was one of the only runs I've ever done in the middle of the night. And I don't think I kept running after that. Anything I did in the past was very fickle. It was fickle motivation. It wasn't real motivation. Not like now. Now I have the real motivation. I get up and I feel like I have no choice. I have no choice. I have to get up. I have. It is the right attitude to have. It really is. As much as I don't want to toot my own horn, but you do have to have the right attitude. You just have to. You have no choice. You get up. You do the absolutely hardest thing that you've already set your mind to, which is get up, because it's so hard to get up. Like especially today, I get up way earlier than normal. I wanted more time to work out, to talk, but also, I mean, I've woken up too and gone back to sleep. So don't go back to sleep. Wake up and do the hard thing that you got to do, and just get it done. And before you know it, you feel like you have no choice. And it's a weird thing. It really is, because I feel like I have no choice. I have to get up. Something inside of me, very deep inside of me, says you got no choice. You got no choice. And it's a weird thing. It really is, because I used to just wake up and like, oh, I don't want to do this, and then I just go back to sleep. And now it's like, oof, nope, I have to get up. And it just, maybe I finally become disciplined. I really don't know. I don't know if I've become disciplined, because I don't feel like it. I really don't. But whatever the case may be, I maybe my weight loss, maybe my body mass index is an indication of something that's changing inside of me, internally in here, not just this, but in here, because my BMI is less, and it reflects something different going on in my brain, that maybe I am becoming disciplined. I just don't want to assume that I'm there, because you know what? I don't think anybody will ever truly arrive where they want to be, because we just have to keep going. We just have to keep going. But yeah, this morning I thought about doing it outside, but I'm like, I don't want to go outside. The rooster's always crowing every time he sees, but he just keeps going. The rooster keeps crowing even though I don't have food for him. And it's almost like I trained him to crow when I go outside, because that's too early. The guy should not be awake. The rooster should not be crowing, but he's crowing when he sees my light on the live stream. He's crowing. And he's like, "You got food for me?" Whew. I mean, I'll feed him later, but not right now. I'm set up. Anyways, hey, if you like what you're hearing, like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like. It really helps me out, and I really do appreciate everyone that has stuck around, everyone that has listened, and I hope this helps you in some way. I hope that can help anybody and everyone that I come across, because I'm not perfect, and I'm not even jacked. I haven't done enough to even be somebody to look up to. I'm just kind of telling you my experience, and I'm trying to motivate people in a good way. Try to help people um, get a little bit of knowledge about working out. That's my thing. And just get some things off my brain, because you know what? A lot of times I hold on to the things that are in my brain, and it's really a bad thing. Sometimes you just got to find a way to release, because like I know I'm talking to you right now, but most of the people that know me as a very quiet person. I'm just a very quiet person in the outside of live stream. I don't talk. I don't even joke around that much. And the other day I was doing a live stream. If some of you are watching, I appreciate it. But I was doing a live stream the other day, and my father-in-law was with me. I was helping him fix up a house, and I was like, "Hey, hey, Papa, I'll be doing a live stream today, and if you hear me talking, it's just me talking to the live stream." And he's like, "Oh yeah, okay." And my wife told me the other day that uh, that my father-in-law wasn't. Well, he was surprised at how much I could talk, and as it's really, I'm being honest when I say I don't talk very much. And truth is, I keep a lot of it right here, right here. And if you keep a lot of it right here and you hold on to a lot of your thoughts and you don't ever let them go, you can go crazy. I guarantee you, you'll go crazy, or at least you'll find a way to release all the thoughts in your brain. And this is for me a way to release all the thoughts in my brain. All right, so right now I've done the shoulders. Actually, I'm gonna do the shoulders a little more. I don't feel like a really solid burn in them. I think I've done like maybe 3 sets already, but I'm gonna do another set for my shoulders. Ooh, okay. This is only 35 pounds though. I mean, it's just not a lot. It really isn't. And on the idea of like muscle groups being different in importance and in also in value, like my shoulders, they're way stronger than my biceps. Like right now, my biceps are sore and I can feel them burning and I feel a pump in them. But my shoulders don't feel anything. They just don't feel anything. All right, there we go. Yeah, 35 pounds just isn't that much. But I mean, it's what I got, so I'm not gonna change it. I mean, it's not perfect. Like I want to lift heavy because the heavier you lift, the stronger and the bigger you'll get. But you know what? If you don't got 45-pound plates, if you don't got big kettlebells, you just work with what you got, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm just working with what I got, and I know it's not the perfect workout like you would get if you went to the gym. I would have access to big heavy weights. I'd have access to showers. I'd have access to saunas and cold plunges and tanning beds. I mean, you'd have the works basically if you went to a gym. But I'm just not willing to pay for a really lengthy contract. I don't want to be stuck to a contract where if I get sick or I get hurt, they're like, "Well, brother, you still gotta pay us." Like, no, hey, brother, thank you for the like. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But you don't want to get hurt, and then they say you gotta pay them. So I strained or I tore my ACL or MCL. I would not have been able to go back to the gym personally. I would have been out for at least. I'm still out. I'm still out. My knee's not fully healed. I can't bend it certain ways. But I would have been out for 6 months, and that would have been 6 months of pay. Like, in that, if you went to a decent gym, it would have been like $50. $50 times 60, that's $300 in 6 months. But here, if I get sick, I got my own kettlebell, and they're not gonna keep charging me because I'm the only one charging myself, and I know I need to get on it. I don't need money to motivate me. Losing money does not motivate me. It's not a big motivation for me. And I think it's actually a negative motivation. It's really not a good motivation to let money be your motivator. You should be motivated to. Okay. Thank you for everyone that's still here because I know I slightly disconnected. So thank you for holding on because I know it can get boring whenever people don't have good streaming. But I appreciate everybody. Okay. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry about the streaming problem. But I will just say I appreciate everybody who's here and listening and curious and interested. Just thank you. That's why I do it. It's just to get people to come in to talk, to hang out. And really the follows and the likes are just a little bit of a confidence boost for me, to keep doing this. Because if nobody subscribed and nobody liked it, I mean, I guess I would still do it because I know somebody would see it eventually. So it's really not a big deal. Somebody would see it eventually, and hopefully someone's helped by it. So I got today the bicep and what do you call them? The shoulders. Maybe I'll try to do my triceps. Triceps. Let's do that. I actually don't know how I'm going to do it. Okay, we'll do it like this. This is pretty good form. I like this. 1. Try not to go too hard. Because again, the tricep muscle group is just the same as the bicep muscle groups. They're not really big muscle groups. And it's really, really easy to fatigue them. And I'm not trying to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. I'm just trying to stay in shape, trying to work out hard and be able to still go to work, be able to hang out with the family. But if you're here, I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Wherever you are, HPO in here is from the UK. That's pretty cool. I really like that. So thank you from wherever you may be. Thank you for watching. All right. Anyways, the topic of this live stream is motivation. And I think I've covered a lot of it. I've covered a lot about motivation in the sense of being fickle. Like you can find good motivation that lasts for like a minute, that lasts maybe a month. And maybe if you are in the right mindset, it can last forever. But a lot of times, the wrong motivation will only motivate you for a short time. So it's important to find the right motivation, that the motivation that lasts, the motivation that sticks, the motivation that really pushes you in the right direction. And for me, it was just my personal health. It was my family. That was my personal motivation to go from 220 all the way to 190. And I want to go all the way down to 180, maybe even 175, and we'll see where I go. And I'll keep you guys updated. But, whatever your motivation is, you should find it. I think we should all be, I personally think that everybody should be jacked. Everybody should be lean. Everybody should feel good about themselves. Because I don't think anybody wants to feel bad about themselves. Everybody wants to be confident. Everybody wants to feel positive about themselves, And it's just important to find the right motivation. Don't do it for other people like I did. I used to do it for other people. And that was, looking back at it now, it was really depressing when I was doing it for other people. I should have been doing it for myself, but I wanted to look good. I wanted to be better. I wanted to be cooler than everybody because I was the only one in my workplace that was working out and I was showing off basically. And that kind of showing off just doesn't last long. Anyways, it's like 4 o'clock here. I'm well into my workout. I'm not enjoying this at all. Like the working out part, I don't enjoy it. It just doesn't feel the same the way it used to. Back when I was in college, it felt a lot better. It felt a lot different to work out. But here I am now. I'm working out, but I don't actually want to be here. I don't want to be working out. Truthfully, I'd rather sit down and talk and do nothing right now, enjoying something nice to drink. But I just feel like I have to do this. Like I have no choice. As much as I want to stop, like I legitimately right now, I just would rather sit down and do nothing. But it just feels like I have no choice. And I've just hit that point in my life where I just feel like I have no choice, but I have to do the right thing. And if you've got, sorry, if you've gotten to a point in your life where you're not sure what to do, Do you feel like you're overweight, or you feel positive about yourself? You feel really bad or negative about yourself? I would just say, and I'm stealing this from another guy. His name is John Deloney. He's a very popular guy on YouTube, but I like how he says it. He says, regardless of whatever situation you're in, whatever problems you've got, do the next right thing. So if right now you're struggling, if you're struggling with self confidence, if you're struggling with how you feel about yourself at all, if you're struggling with anything right now, do the next right thing. And I believe that we all know what the next right thing is. Like whenever I used to be depressed. I was really depressed, and I was just like, I don't want to work out, and I just want to sit here and cry and do nothing. I sat there and did nothing. I didn't cry, but I did nothing. I would just look at my phone and just stare at it all day long. But the truth is, I knew what the next right thing was, and the next right thing was to work out. I should have got on the floor, started doing a bunch of push-ups, but I didn't do it because I was so depressed, and I just felt like I couldn't physically get up. And maybe the truth is, you don't know what the next right thing is. Um, if you don't, I would do some research about what you should do about your certain specific problem. But if you're struggling, do the next right thing, whatever it may be, because doing the next right thing will lead you to the next right thing. It will lead you continuously to the next right thing, and that's important because I don't think anybody wants to be in a negative place. I don't want to be in a negative place. I feel like I feel like I'm in a good place right now, even though I don't want to be here. Even though I don't want to be working out. I feel like I'm in a good place. I'm in the right place. And that's also the thing about doing the next right thing. The next right thing may not feel good, may not sound good, may not be right in your opinion, but does it bring you closer to your goal? Does it bring you closer to the resolution, to the solution? It does. So I don't want to be right here, but I know the next right thing to do is to get this next set in, to keep waking up every morning. It sucks to wake up every morning. Today I woke up earlier so I can have more time. Like when I set the alarms and it says, "Would you like to wake up at 5:30?" Nope. Would you like to wake up at 4:30? Nope. Would you like to wake up at 3:30? Sure. And if you click on the different times, it'll tell you how many hours of sleep you get. Well, last night I got like 5 hours of sleep, and and again, it just doing the next right thing doesn't immediately equate to comfort. It doesn't equate to peace. It doesn't equate to feeling good at all. But I know that doing the next right thing results in the positive direction, like the right direction. So that means I wake up at 3:30. I get into the gym, my personal gym, get into the personal gym, work out, eat right every day. Don't stop eating right just because life is wrong. Because I know a lot of times, like we'll be on this really good path, but then as soon as something bad in our life happens or something hard hits us, we immediately default, and we go back down the road to whatever felt comfortable. And I've been there. I've been the guy to be like, you know what? That sucks. I'm just gonna whatever. I don't care what I was doing. I'm gonna go back to where I was comfortable, where I was happy, or at least happy. Happy in quotations, because the truth is, I wasn't happy there. That's why I left. And it's such a big battle at that moment. Like, oh, do I keep eating right, or do I keep doing the right thing, or do I just go back and live my old lifestyle? You know what I mean? And doing the next right thing is going to be a big battle. But also, when life hits you hard, there's also a battle there. So you've got to keep doing the next right thing. doing doing the next right thing is always important, even if you're on the path. That doesn't mean that the path is not going to deviate. That doesn't mean that there's not going to be different directions. You still got to go straight though. And the Bible is a good example about the straight and narrow. The straight and narrow. It's really hard to be on that straight and narrow road. It really is. And it's easier to go on the road that's really wide. The one that fits 20 to 30 cars. But when you get onto a lane that's just one, and it gets you into where you need to go more directly, You need to stick on that one direction, that narrow road. Like that road is like this small, but if you go on this one, you're gonna have 30, 40 cars on there, and you're not gonna be able to get there on time. You're not gonna get there in the right place because there's so much traffic. You know what I mean? And that's why the Bible is like saying the narrow road, it's straighter because there's less people. Nobody wants to go on a narrow road that's straight, that doesn't have a lot of traffic, because people freak out whenever it's a small road. You're afraid you're gonna fall off. You're afraid. You don't know where it goes because everybody knows the highway gets you to where you need to go. But also it's filled with people and distractions. And a lot of times I've missed my exits because of the people that are trying to merge, the people that are on my side, the people that are behind me, in front of me, on the side of me, and just the chaos that is being in traffic makes you miss your exit and can make you miss your goal. So I'm going to tell you right now, that straight and narrow road that the Bible talks about, it applies to all of life, not just not just religion. It applies to all of life. If you follow that tiny road to the direction of wherever you need to go, you're going to get there faster. You're going to get there on time, and you're going to hit your goals. I promise you. But if you go on the big road, and the big road could be like you're on the right road, but then you get distracted, and then you go this way, and you got to find your way to get back on the road. So I would just do the next right thing and keep staying on your goals. Don't change your mind. Don't change the direction. Just say, you know what, life happened, and this really sucks. Like maybe somebody died, and you're so sad, and you're just not sure what to do, and you go off your diet, or you go off your workout routine because you're so sad. You just want to sit there and cry. You just want to sit there and eat food that makes you feel good and comfortable. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that, because you can lose everything that you've ever worked for in a small moment, because one one moment of weakness, of doing the wrong thing, can lead to a lifetime of bad decisions. But that doesn't always mean that. Sometimes we just fall off the wagon a little bit, and that's fine. Because there's a point where I was doing this consistently, and I missed my workout, and I was really sad and depressed about that because I'm like, man, I was working so hard, and it was goal oriented, and I was doing the right thing. I was waking up every morning, and then I woke up late, and I didn't have time to work out. And I realized it's okay. It's okay if we mess up, but we got to get back on the road, the small road. Don't get on the big road. Get on the little road that gets us directly to where we need to go. It's not ideal. It's not perfect, but it's more direct. I promise you, it's more direct. Sorry, I got off onto a tangent there. Um, but hey, if you're watching, you like what you're hearing, subscribe. I do this every morning. I wake up early, even though I don't want to, and I enjoy talking to you, anyone and everyone, regardless of where you're from. I just could care less where you're from, because you know what? I'm from somewhere you're not, and you know what? It's good to get to know people and talk to people. And also, I'm working out. I got my shoulders in, got my biceps in. Gonna get the last set of the triceps in. So let's get that in real quick. Sorry. All right, let's go. All right. But yeah, we really got to stay on that path. And I know I'm trying to stay on that path, that straight and narrow one. And that's how I got from 220 all the way down to 190, because my road was very, very narrow. And when I say very narrow, what I mean is I woke up, I went to work, it was lunchtime, and I would eat beef and rice. And I weighed out everything. That's what I mean by narrow. It is not like eat a Snickers there, eat a little chocolate there, eat a little bread here. It was very straightforward, very narrow. That's how I got to where I am. And I know where I am is not anything to be like, bravo. It's not anything for anybody to clap at. It's not even YouTube worthy to blow up. But for me, it is a great achievement. It is a great achievement because I'm not this big personality. I'm not this crazy popular person on YouTube. I'm not. I'm a nobody. I'm an absolute nobody. I'm just me, and I know where I've been, and my life is changing astronomically. You know, and I see the change in my life, not just physically, but mentally. There's a change, and I just really want to share that with someone. You know, and I think that's kind of the thing about life is that when you've got something good, you can't help but share it. You know what I mean? Like if you're a Christian and you become a Christian or you become baptized and you've professed your faith in Jesus Christ, like that's the only thing that you want to talk about. The only thing you want to say is you want to tell people about Jesus' love for you. And and I just want you guys to know that Jesus does love you. I know it's off topic, but I don't care that Jesus loves you and he cares about you deeply, even if you don't even if you don't care about him. And it's a strange thing to love someone that doesn't love you. Isn't that such a strange thing? It really is. And I know that I'm like, this is my live stream. I talk about working out and I wake up early, but I also talk about Jesus because he's absolutely changed my life too. So when I talk about Jesus, it's not something random, not something different. I always talk about Jesus on here. I always talk about God. I always talk about how he's changed my life. And a lot of things I'm talking about is real and it's actually about life and the changes that are happening in a real life. You know, my lifestyle is not glamorous. It's not like, ooh, look at him. He's got jacked biceps because he's on TRT or he's on anabolics. Like I'm just a regular person who's been changed by God and I'm changing my physical body and God's changing my spiritual body. That's just where I am and that's who I am. And I know some of you guys don't jive. You don't jive with Christianity. You don't jive with any form of faith. Brother G, thank you for coming back. Oh my days. You just finished a 12-hour night shift. Oh dude. Oh man, you just made me think about when I used to do my 12-hour night shift. It was from 5 to 5 and it was 3 on and it was 3 on and a half day and then 3 off. You about made me cry because I can't like to see to one somebody talking about finishing a 12-hour night shift, but also just to think about back when I was doing that. Hey brother, I'm so glad you're off of work. I'm glad you are home or on the way home. It's a very good feeling to be driving home. I know that you're tired and I hope you get home safely, or I hope that you are home safely. Enjoy yourself. You deserve all the rest, all the rest, all the breaks, brother, for doing a 12-hour shift because I only work 8, so I'm proud of you, dude. You slayed it. Thank you for working hard, man. Because I know nobody ever says it, but I appreciate when a dude does hard work, and I don't know why, but I appreciate people that work hard. That's just me though. And also on top of that, I've been there, so I really appreciate you even more, just because you're a hard worker. Even though like you don't know me and I don't know you, I can appreciate hard work. I really can. And anybody can appreciate hard work. You know, you see a guy working hard, you're looking at a dude like that dude, you know. So I want to applaud you personally, applaud you for just working hard. But anyways, yeah, that was a different time in life, man. Working 12-hour shift. That was a hard setup, and you had to work hard to get extra pay. That was a different life. That was a different life. I was young. I didn't have any kids or anything either. I hardly saw my wife. I saw her like 2 hours and she was off to work. All right, let me get something in, some reps in. I want to do some squats. All right. But yeah, I think maybe more than anything that this live stream is more about life change, really, about how we can acquire life change. Because I'm over here trying to change my physical body because I feel like I should be the epitome of discipline. I tell my kids to um, that everyone should be strong, everyone should be brave, everybody should be um, all these wonderful qualities. I tell my kids this because I want them to be that. But when I throw away my body and I don't show any discipline, I show no desire to live a life of hardship so that I can be a better person. When I do that, thank you, HPO, and I appreciate you, brother. You're like my best friend from far away. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. But when I'm telling my kids to do certain things and to be a certain way, but I don't live that lifestyle, that's the worst because I'm building the next generation of people that are unwilling to work 12-hour shifts. The next generation of people that are overweight. The next generation of people that are undisciplined, lazy, and I don't want that. You know, and that's one of my big motivators too. Is I want my sons to see me and they say, "Dad, he's big, he's jacked, he's strong. I cannot beat him up. I can never beat him up, much as I try. I'm going to try to beat him up though. I'm going to try to be better than him." And that's what I want. I want them to be better than me because I know I'm not a perfect dude. I'm not a perfect man. But when I see them, I'm like, I want the best for you. I want better for you than I've ever had. And not just with money, not just with cars, not with a woman. I want you to be a man of better character than I ever was. Because, at the end of the day, nothing matters but the personal character inside of us. If we're a really bad person, that's who we sit with at the end of the day. We sit there and we think to yourself, I know I'm a bad dude. I hate that I'm a bad person. But I don't want them to live that lifestyle. I want them to be proud of who they are. I want them to cultivate the characteristics that are noble and worthy and things to be proud of. Like, son, thank you for stepping in and doing the right thing. Like I want him to always do that. And that's a big motivator for me. Like I have to do this, fix this ugly body to the best of my abilities. That they can do the same, so they can see the example. Because when I grew up, nobody did that. My dad, my mom, they didn't ever do that. So why am I doing it? Because I had to pursue this myself. I had to get out of my own way. I had to say, you know what? I'm overweight. Let me see what I can do about it. Nobody ever taught me this. The only thing that ever taught me was YouTube, and YouTube is not the best mom and not the best dad. You don't ever want to be parented by YouTube. But I'm so thankful that I'm on the right journey, you know. And this body that I'm trying to fix, it doesn't only doesn't only touch what I'm trying to do in trying to transform my kids. It touches all of life. Like I can go into an interview, and when they see this guy with like a arm that's trimmed and his shirt is fitted, and he says, "Hey, how are you doing? I'm here for an interview." You look at him and you see this dude, and you're like, that guy, he's strong. His handshake's good. His arms, the way his shirt's fitted, and he's confident about himself. Like it just like the confidence that you gain from fixing this, it just goes out and oozes into all of life. Like everybody can see your confidence. Everybody can see who you are, who you really are. You know, because a lot of times our confidence brings out the best of us, and a lot of times though, if you're really, I feel like it's almost like a multiplier. Like if I get jacked here, it makes me 10 times of what I am personally. So if I'm a really messed up dude and I've got an ego and I get bigger, yeah, I'm gonna be a bigger jerk. But if I'm a nice, decent human being, I'm still a nice, decent human being, but on a different scale. What was dangling? All right, something is dangling from my hat. No. Anywho, but yeah, this amplifying this amplifies who I am here. And I don't know exactly who I am in here because I'm not there. But I know that it's bringing out the confidence in me. Maybe it's self-discipline. I don't know. I don't know. That's why I say I just don't know who, what. but I know that it oozes out into life. And I've seen it personally. Like there was a different point in my life where I was not as fit, but I was definitely I fit in shirts fine. Like I said in the beginning, my shirts fit fine because my arms don't gain fat, my chest doesn't gain fat, and neither do my shoulders. So when I wear shirts, generally my shirts fit me and I look good in them. And this shirt right here, this lower part is baggier, so nobody can see like that I have like love handles. But I've gone to interviews and I would shake their hand. I would be nicely dressed. I'd be fitted up here, and I'd have my hair done. Obviously, my hair is not done. I've been neglecting it, but I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm here for the interview." And people look at you very differently. They really do. They look at you and like, one, it looks good. Two, I'm impressed. And it's hard to like not see when somebody's impressed. Like it's hard to hide your it's hard to hide when you're impressed by somebody. It really is. And you shake their hand and you just look almost as if you own the place, you own the joint. You know what I mean? And it just gives off the right feel. Because like the guy, whenever I did the interview, he was about to offer me the job. And I wasn't afraid to talk about God or Jesus or anything, and I wasn't also afraid to talk about my work experience or anything like that. And it's just the confidence. Because if you're not confident, you're afraid of what you can say and what you can't say. But I was confident, and I was just like, yeah, I'm here for the job. And he asked me what you're about. I straight up like, hey, I'm a family man. I love God, and I just need a job. And the guy's like, okay. We talk a little more, and he's like, I'd be willing to offer you the job. But I was just like, can you pay me a little bit differently? And he's like, I'm sorry, I can't. And I said, well, that's fine. I completely understand. And I said that basically I can't take the job. And that's just an example of how your confidence can be built up, not so that you can be like big egotistical, but like it can really help you in life. And I guarantee you, people that are in shape are more likely to get hired. So the next time I go do an interview, and who knows, maybe I'm due for a new job, because the current one I work at doesn't pay that much. It's very laborious. So maybe when I go for my next job, cut this long hair off. Um, maybe I'll be much leaner and much more shape. And my hope is that will lead me to a more confident interview on my behalf, and also just help me to be the person that I'm supposed to be. You know. All right, let me get another set in. Sorry. If you haven't realized, I am here working out because I'm obviously talking too much. You know what I'll do to help people understand that I'm working out? I'll do this. We'll do it like this, because before I was hanging like this, but I'll just do this. We'll just do it like this. Man. Now I know I'm not like doing like crazy hard workouts, but the truth is, and I'm a living example of this, you don't have to go hard. You just don't. People that go hard want to get huge. I don't blame them. I want to be big too. Sorry. Um, I'm an example of not going hard and losing weight. Eat right, work out a little bit every day, and you're gonna lose weight. You will lose weight. Like when I go on my runs on the running day, I don't run even 2 miles. But I will say my my mile or two is not the normal mile. I've got hills where I live, like hills where you're running and you have to be on your toes. If you don't not be on your toes, you're gonna get worn out. So my hills are not normal. They're huge hills. So even though I'm running like 1.5 miles, the miles that I'm running is not flat. It's not anywhere flat. I wish I was living on a more flat plane, but I don't. And even if that's all you have, if you have flat plains and you can only run on flat ground, it's still better than nothing. You're still gonna lose weight. You're still gonna feel the burn. You're still gonna sweat. You're still gonna burn calories. So just because I've got hills that challenge me, that makes me lose more calories, because when you run up hills really hard, or you even have any hills, you're gonna burn more calories. There's no doubt about it. But if you run on flat surfaces, you're not gonna burn as much, but you'll burn the basic. It's like 100 calories. You'll burn 100 calories per mile, and it's way different if you run up hills. It can easily be 150 to 200 if you're running on uneven surfaces, like up a hill or down a hill or up hills. That 1 mile can easily become 200, and that's just my case. Is that I've got hard terrain here that if I want to run, I've got to run on it, and if I run on it, I know I'm going to burn more. And then on top of that, if you go to work and your work is semi or even very strenuous on your physical body, you're going to be burning calories while you're working. So you don't have to work out hard. Even if your job is a desk job, that's fine. As long as you're in calorie deficit, as long as you're working out in the morning or after work or whenever you can get the workout in, get it in that day, you're still going to lose weight. I promise you, because I'm a clear example of it. I don't run a lot. I don't work out hard. I've got a 35-pound dumbbell right here, and it's not crazy heavy, and I'm losing weight. So if I can do it, I imagine anybody here, anybody that wants to, can do it. All right, let's get another set in. Oh man, I really don't want to do this though. I'd rather be in bed right now. I just wish that I was also like Friday or something. I wish it was like Friday. I wish it was like the last day of work. All right, let's get it in. All right, folks, if you're just joining, this is a live stream about motivation, obviously. But I've come to a realization it's more than that. It's about life change. If you're interested in that, keep yourself subscribed. Go ahead and like. If you're down with gaming, go swipe up. Swipe up if you're down with gaming, because I'm not gaming. I do not game. The only gaming I do is real life. And 35 pounds, it's really depressing when I do a rep of 10 and I feel like I'm gassed. It's depressing. And I'm hoping my cardio will pick up the more that I run. I've been running for like 3-4 months now, like 3 times a day, or 3 times a week. Sorry, 3 times a week. My hope is that my cardio would have picked up, but my cardio is just not there yet. Anywho, all right, let's see. Got the squat. I'm gonna add more squats in, honestly, because I don't think I've burnt my legs up enough. You know what I mean? Just don't feel the burn. So I'm gonna throw in another set. Sorry about that. Anywho, let me see what time it is. What time it is? Oh, snapola. So I've been working out for like 30 minutes maybe. Oh no, you're right. I haven't been working out for 30 minutes because the live stream's an hour long. I forgot I woke up like at 3:30-ish. 3:30-ish. Yeah, man, I've been going, I guess. I thought I was like oh later, but no, I've been going for like an hour now. It's gonna be a rough morning. That's all I know when I go to work. I might actually have to make some coffee. Man. All right. What else? Might have to go off of topic because I can't think of anything I want to actually talk about. I think I've talked about a lot. Talked about motivation. Motivation is good. Got to find the right one. What else? It's actually getting kind of hot in here. It's getting hot in this room. I thought about turning the fan on, but it's gonna make this you cannot hear me at all if it's on. Whew. I guess I better finish my workout. That's what I need to do. I need to finish my workout, and maybe I'll take this outside. That's what I'll probably do. Take this outside. Let's get this workout in. Okay. Okay. All right. The next one, I think I'm gonna take this outside real quick. That's what I'm gonna do. So bear with me as I move through the house because everybody's asleep. All right. Gotta be quiet because everybody is asleep. I'm gonna be moving through the house. Oh, it's raining outside. That's what I'm hearing right now. It's raining outside right now. And we haven't gotten rain in like over a month. And it's raining right now. So can I go outside? Probably not. Let me make sure. Oh, it's raining. It's like on and off, on and off. Like the wind slapping the wind, or the wind slapping the rain onto the house. All right, I guess I'm stuck in here. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to be charging the telephono. Man, we are due for some rain. And you know what? That rain is probably messing up my live stream. So I'm so sorry. I know that rain is messing up my live stream. I'm so sorry. If yeah, that audio is about to change right now. Thank you for your like, brother and sister. Thank you. Appreciate you. Take a break from the mic. Gotta charge the phone up. Hopefully you can hear me somewhat. I really do apologize because I know changing the audio on you midstream is not ideal. But I don't want my phone to be dead, you know. Alright, so I guess I got nothing better to do than to put some reps out. So let's do another set of squats. Do what you gotta do, I guess. I'm sorry if the stream is not looking good. But that cloud cover is really getting onto it. Maybe the rain stopped. Maybe we'll go outside after all. I don't know. It's not supposed to rain for very long. Nope, I still hear it. I still hear the rain. I'm sorry. It's still raining outside, so I won't be able to go outside. But it is what it is. I guess I'm stuck in here doing workouts. I guess I might just throw some extra sets into everything. So here we are, adding more sets. It's just so funny. We haven't gotten rain in like a month, and then just the time that I finally decided to go outside, it's raining. Just hilarious, you know. All right, we're just gonna keep adding sets because can't go outside now. Actually, it's been really nice to cool off outside. I guess I'll be stuck in here sweating. We'll turn into old Jim, dingy and grindy. We'll just stay in here. It's not ideal, but it's what it is. That's just like life, you know. You just gotta roll with it. Like I really have appreciated going outside, but here I am stuck in the tiny gym. Like the other day, for example, I was helping my father-in-law. He was fixing up a house that he had bought, and what happened was he went and he was gonna go grab some stuff to help clean up the house, and he came back and he was like, "Hey, I need to. I'm dropping this off, but I need to go take basically my mother-in-law to the hospital because she's got a big infection on her toe." And they're like, and he's like, they're not sure if they need to like amputate it or if it needs to get something. But I literally was just in the middle of working. He was just like, "Hey, can you come help me?" And I just helped him. And the next thing you know, he's got to take my mother-in-law to the hospital. And it's just like sometimes you can't help it, but life is just so hard, you know. And it's just so hard. You're just like, what do you do? But you just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going. That's what I was saying too about doing the next right thing. Just keep doing the next right thing. I know it's hard to go through whatever you're going through, but doing the next right thing is the best thing you can do. I mean, it's like it's literally in the wording, the next right thing. Do the next right thing because it's the right thing to do. This is what it is. Man, this hat is quite lopsided, huh? I better fix that. There we go. There we go. So the next right thing for me is because you can't go outside and enjoy the cooler weather, I'm just gonna stay in here. I'm gonna add extra sets into my workout, and I guess I'm gonna steam it up in this room. I'm just gonna steam it up. It's gonna get hot in here. I'm gonna turn it into old 90s gym, sweaty, no fan, no air conditioning, just lift weights and get jacked, I guess. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so we just added another shoulder. That's good. Now we need to let's just do more biceps because you know what biceps. What I was saying earlier about bicep is I know I'm hating on biceps. How oh yeah, it's a small muscle group and it's very easily fatigued, but it's like a big deterrent. It really is. Like if you see a dude with big biceps, you're not gonna mess with him. You ain't gonna touch him. You're gonna be cautious around him basically. So biceps are good for that for sure. It's like a clear, obvious deterrent. Wow. So let's get some biceps in you. Wow, there we go. Oh man, oof, that's not fun. I don't feel good at all. You know what I really do enjoy though? The ride to work, because that's when I finally get to rest a little bit. That's what I really enjoy. It's just doing nothing. I really enjoy doing nothing, I really don't care for working out. I just don't. And even though I already woke up and I said that was the hard part, and the hard part is also working out. It can get harder. It really can to keep going. Like part of me just wants to go back, get ready for work, and just go. I know I gotta keep it up. I gotta keep it up. And I was really trying to live stream for you guys longer, just hang out. We'll see if it lasts because this cloud cover, this rain is really messing up the live stream because I gotta go from like 16 right now to like 5, so it's really messing up people and they can't hardly hear or see it. So I really apologize. The live stream is not ideal. It's not perfect. If nothing else, I just wish you could hear my voice because I think that's the most important thing. To be able to hear the conversation. It's more important to hear the conversation than to see me working out because you could probably figure out how to work out. I don't. I'm not a pro. I know to keep good form and be careful not to hurt yourself. That's about all I know. So really, more importantly than anything, I wish you could just hear my voice. But even when the live streams go south and it starts getting blurry and it kind of skips, you can't hear my voice either. So it's kind of annoying. It is what it is, though. And I hope you got something from it, something, because I'm really just trying to throw all my knowledge into this mix, throw all of my understanding into this mix. And I'm not even that old. I'm in my early 30s, and I've been married for over a decade. So I married young. I've got a lot of kids. I also had kids young. So some might say I have experience over most, but that's not necessarily true because I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure everything out because I'm not the perfect dad. I'm not the perfect husband. I'm not even the perfect man. I'm just trying to figure it out. And for people who have like big egos, like they could care less to hear it. It's a really sad thing when people aren't willing and able to take critique because nobody's perfect. No one has arrived. Everyone is trying to get to where they're going still. I'm still trying to get to where I'm going, and I've already done like half of what most people do. I've been married for over a decade. I've got like a ton of kids. I've done what older people have done, and I'm still doing it. But I'm still figuring out what life is, how to do it, how to do it better, and how to be better at life. So I haven't gotten it all figured out, but I've got a lot of it done. I've got a lot of it done, and I'm not even close to being done. Maybe not until the kids are out of the house. And I'll tell you, I look forward to time with just me and the wife, where it's just me and her spending time together every day. I mean, why not? She's the person that loves me unconditionally to the best of her abilities because I know she's not a perfect person either. But to spend all the time in the world with the person that loves you, I look forward to that. And I know maybe I'm throwing out some very traditional things like kids, marriage, Christianity, but I'm just gonna be straight honest. My life is very, very happy. I'm a very happy man, and it's not a perfect life, but I'm a very happy person overall. And it's not even happy; it's more like joy, because joy and happy are not the same thing. It's it's not the same thing at all. Not even remotely close. Because happiness is like it's like motivation. It can be fickle, but joy is deep. Joy is long lasting. Joy is real. You know, and I have joy in my life. My kids bring me joy. My wife brings me joy. My God brings me joy. And
I live a very happy life, even though it's not glamorous, even though it's not driving around in Bugattis, even though it's not throwing stacks of cash in people's face, even though I don't own all of the property in the world, even though I don't own my own home, I'm still a very joyful, still a very happy man, you know. And I think joy and happy, obviously, they're different, but it's not wrong to be happy either, because at the moment I am happy. Like I don't want to be here, but I'm still happy to be here. You know what I mean? It's like you're always torn between the two. But living a traditional lifestyle isn't a bad thing. I mean, having kids, having a wife, being faithful, being a Christian, it leads me to a happy life. It really does. And I know a lot of people that are happy living this type of lifestyle. Like my neighbor, he's the same type of dude, but he's like, it's still raining, so I'm sorry if you cut out. But he's already lived a longer life than me. He's got like 40, 50 years on me, and he's lived the life that I'm living. He's had kids, or he had a kid, I guess, and he's married, and now he's just living out his life. And he's a very, very happy man. And there are people who are living a very fulfilled and very happy life. I'm living a very fulfilled and happy life. And I think that's probably a more important word is fulfilled. Like I'm living a fulfilled life. Like I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Raise these kids up to be good people, to be godly people, to be decent human beings, and also being a good husband, loving my wife to the best of my abilities. Because I see that, but I know I'm not perfect, and I haven't loved her perfectly. So I'm gonna keep trying, but I'm gonna love her to the best of my abilities, and try to be a decent human being outside of my marriage, outside of my fatherhood. Try to be a decent man outside of all of that, you know. And this is how I be a decent man. Throwing in the reps. Sorry, I'm talking too much. I'm not working out right now. All right, let's get another bicep in because biceps are good for deterrence. So you know what we're gonna do? Another bicep. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some biceps in. That's what we're gonna do. Sorry. But yeah, I live a very fulfilled life, and I know it's not glamorous, but it's fulfilling. And I think that's all that we're really after. We just want to find a life in which we're fulfilled in. We don't really want anything specific, but I know we want to be fulfilled. We want to feel like we have our purpose in life. We want to be who we feel like we're meant to be, who we're made to be. And a lot of times I think we're chasing after money and chasing after women, money, women, cars, material things, in the hopes that it will fill our hearts. It'll fill this emptiness inside of us. And I think it does to a degree. And the immediate thought that comes to my mind is, you know, you have this big hole in the wall, and you try to fill it with peanut butter. That's what I think about. You know, you fill it up with peanut butter, and then you watch the peanut butter slowly slide off of the hole, and you're like, why is peanut butter not filling this hole, and why is it not keeping this hole shut? I know it's a really dumb one, and I'll admit it's a dumb one, but it's the most uh, the thing that I'm thinking off the top of my head is we're trying to fill our lives up with dumb things basically, and they don't stick, they don't work. Just like putting peanut butter over a hole in the wall, it's not going to work, it's not going to stick. So why would you use it? Why would you use peanut butter? Why not use the actual the right material, the right why not put in the drywall and use the grout and cover it? And that's how I compare it. And I know it's a dumb comparison, so laugh at me all you want and be cringe all you want, but you know what, that's fine. But yeah, why would you try to fill your life up with things that don't really matter, that are not going to solve your problems, that are not going to fulfill you? Like, you're not going to fill that hole with peanut butter And you're not going to fill your life up with material things like money, women, and cars, and big businesses and big careers. So why fill your life up with those things if they don't really fulfill you, you know? Because the hole that's inside of us is much bigger. And I'm not sure if I've ever personally, if I can really attest to like having a hole like in my being, in a sense of I want to fill this emptiness. I guess when I think about it, I did. I just had there's an emptiness inside me I know I had. Now it's not there anymore. That's all I know. It's just not. And I think more than anything, there's a longing for me personally to be with Jesus. I think that will be the fulfillment of what I'm feeling. And I think so that can apply to everyone here too. I think we're looking to fill the hole, the emptiness inside of our hearts and inside of our lives. And I think the emptiness can be filled only by God, can only be filled by Jesus. And I know I'm taking a turn. This is a workout in motivation, but I'm going to talk about Jesus because that's who changed my life, and that it's so relatable to life. I know everybody like hates on him. Why does everybody hate Jesus? Why does everybody hate God? All he ever wants for us is to live for him, and he will gladly change our lives and turn us into better people. He will, like, all I can speak on is myself, that I was a really bad person. And I do believe that the more that I think about it, I should have gone to prison. I should have suffered a lot more, and I should have died. And that's just my personal experience. And I'm so thankful that my life has been changed, that prison is not where I think I'll end up. Hell is not my eternal destination. My trajectory before God was like this. Like I'm slowly going downhill. But my trajectory as God now is like this. I'm slowly going uphill. If you know anything about trading or anything about graphs, that's good. If you're into that stuff, like you want to be trending up, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm trending uphill. I'm doing good. I'm not perfect at all, and I haven't got it made, and I don't have it all, but I'm trending up in life. I'm trending up. I feel like I'm trending up, and it's a weird thing to say. I just feel like I'm trending up in life. Even if it's not like the most steady, I'm still going up. That's what I feel like I'm doing in life. I'm going up. That's what I feel like. And I feel that even more so when I put my trust in Jesus, when I put my trust in God. I feel that even more so. Like I feel like my life is changing. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, if you're listening, you're watching, I appreciate you watching and listening. And I hope that you gain something from this. But I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna be just straight honest with you. And if you don't know who Jesus is, I'm just gonna tell you, you should, because he existed. He really did. He's in. When I was a kid, he was in my school book, and I'm thankful they didn't skip him. They didn't skip him in the school book. They said, "This is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. He lived during this time and this time." And I'm thankful that they didn't skip over it, because I still remember it. I still remember Jesus Christ of Nazareth in my school books because he did exist, and he changed my life eternally. And he can do the same thing for you too. He's changed my life more than I can even fathom, like more than I know. Like he works in the backgrounds, and I don't even know what he does or what he says. All I know is he wants good for me. That's all I know. And he can do the same thing for you too. Jesus can change your life. And if you're a Christian and you're watching this, I just want to say keep going. Don't stop going. Don't stop going. Because I know life is hard, but we're not alone. Look at me, I'm your brother. If you're a Christian, I'm your brother. You're my brother and sister in Christ. So keep going. But on top of that, you've got Jesus, you've got God. You can talk to them anytime. It's like having a dad that you can call at any time if something ever goes wrong. Dad, I got a flat tire. Dad, I accidentally hit a deer. Dad, I got in an accident. Dad, I'm in jail. Dad, I'm lost. Jesus and God, it's like you got a straight, direct telephone line to the one who knows you the most, the one who knows everything. And I'll tell you something else too that was on my brain. The other, I think I already talked about this on one of the podcasts, and that podcast, one of the live streams. There was this lady that came to me in the park. She was looking really sad and distraught. She showed me and my coworkers a picture of her son. She was looking for him, and I took a picture. I put it on online on the Facebook on all the local pages, all the buys and sells. I know it was weird to put it on a trading site, a trading group, but I was just like, I need to get his name and his face, everything about him out there so people can try to be on the lookout. And there's a lot of drama involved, and I don't even want to talk about it anymore because people are crazy. But um, I went to sleep that night, and I told my kids, "Hey, let's pray for that boy." The thought that came to my mind at the moment is, God actually knows where this boy is, and He knows exactly where he is. He's looking at him right now, and it's just crazy to me to think that somebody can know everything and see everything at all times. It absolutely blows my mind. And he was found the next day, thankfully, but he had been missing for oh, almost 24 hours. He was like 13 years old, running the streets. He was running away from his mom. People were speculating on why he was running away. Honestly, I don't know why he was running away, but he's not safer on the streets, in my opinion. Somebody will pick him up out of a false sense of security. He'll go into their car, and it'll be a bad situation. We don't live in the same world we did like 50 years ago. Like, it's not safe anymore, and it's not the same that it used to be. That's why kids aren't out at night anymore. They're not playing under the streetlights, and maybe they are still just in a gated community, probably. Honestly. All right, let me get some more sets in. All right, so we got like 2 extra biceps in, we got shoulders in, and I guess we'll do some more triceps. Hey, if you like what you're seeing, like what you're hearing, or if you don't, that's fine. Understandable. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But if you like what you're seeing and like what you're hearing, please go ahead and subscribe. Please go ahead and like. I do appreciate everybody just simply watching. But if you want to keep up, I do this every morning, even though I don't want to. I do this every morning. Every morning, here I am. Sometimes it's outside, and sometimes it's inside. I wanted to go inside, outside, but here I am because it's raining now. I was going to transition to go outside, but if you do like it, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like. It helps me out. It motivates me a little bit more, and it's hopefully beneficial to you. My hope is that everything that I say is beneficial. I don't want to say anything negative, you know, unless it's actually beneficial. But I actually don't want to either because everything I'm saying, I'm trying to be positive, trying to be uplifting, trying to keep people motivated, because I don't know, maybe that's what God wants me to do. I don't know, you know, and I've asked God, you know, what He wants me to do in life. And like I said earlier, I can talk to Him anytime, but sometimes we don't get an answer, you know, we don't get the answer we want. We don't even get an answer, or we can't perceive it because we don't understand. So maybe this is what He wants me to do. And if God doesn't want me to do this anymore, this might be on my last live stream, and it just might be, you know, I I live and breathe by God, and like this morning, I could have not woken up, could have died in my sleep, but here I am working out by the grace of God. I know some people may not attribute it to Him, but it is what it is. People die in their sleep all the time. So I'm just thankful to be alive, to be able to be here to talk to you, to be able to talk to you about Jesus in hopes that maybe you might give your life to Him, because I've given my life to Him and my life has changed. If it's changed like a 720, it's changed to 720, like a 720 turn. Like if you ever seen skateboarding, they do like a 720 flip. That's my life. Or a 720 spin. That's what I mean. I guess a flip is more appropriate because my life did get turned upside down. Absolutely got turned upside down because I started believing Jesus, started praying to Him or through Him, and my life's been changed because of Him. So wherever you are, whatever country, whatever state, whatever nation, God is not too far away from you. God is much closer than you think. If you're in the middle of the jungle, if you're in the middle of nowhere, if you're in America, if you're in the ocean, you're not too far away from God. You're not. God is so close to every one of us, more than we more than we realize. All right, try to figure this out. All right, I think I'm gonna work out for like maybe like one last set. I'm gonna bounce because I gotta get ready for work. I gotta get ready for work. All right, what's the last sets will be squats. Man, I'm tired. I'll tell you, I'm tired. Waking up at 3:30, and I've been standing up ever since, just lifting weights. Whew. I'm feeling it. It's not easy to wake up so early to also work out this long because normally I don't work out this long. I really don't. But maybe that's what I need to do. I need to increase my volume. Maybe that's what I need to do because I'm really trying to get to 180. And the only way to get there probably is to increase my volume, increase my caloric deficit, so I can get to my goal a little bit faster. I just want to be lean. I want to be strong. I want to be more jacked, essentially. Like I want my arms to look more visibly jacked. Like as it stands, it's not bad. Like it could be better, you know. But the lighting is obviously not very good, you know. But it is what it is because like different lighting. Lighting is your friend. I'll tell you that much. Lighting is everybody's friend. Sometimes you look good in light, and sometimes you look bad in light. It is what it is. That's right, I burped. That's what happens in real life. All right, let's see. I might get one more set in, and then I'm gonna bounce. And I just want to let you all know I appreciate you for sticking around because I know there are some of you that have just been watching, like you haven't wavered a little bit. You just been like, oh, the live stream went off a little bit. Let me go back, or oh, let me just hang out here. You know, I appreciate everybody that stuck around because you know there are people that are like bored and they're gone. They have a short attention span, so I completely understand. But I appreciate everybody that stuck around. This is gonna be my last squat set, and then I'm gonna head out. All right, I went a little bit overboard, but it's all right. All right, I'm gonna head out. And again, I'm gonna say it again. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and subscribe. If you don't, completely understandable. I don't hold anything against you. If you liked it, go ahead and like it. I am done working out. I got my workout in, and I gotta go get ready for work and do life. And everybody that has stuck with this live stream, I really do appreciate you. I know I say it a lot, but I just want to emphasize how much I do appreciate everyone that has stuck around. And I hope that you got something from this. I hope that you've been blessed by the live stream. I hope that you have enjoyed it. There are some guys there, obviously, that are regulars, like HPO, and I appreciate you, brother. And G, I don't know what your name is, but I'm gonna call you Brother G. Thank you for even stopping by. I know you just worked that 12-hour shift. You came over just to even hit up a little bit. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. And may God bless you all. And have a good day.